Alright, we're getting set up live right now, so it's going to be a little bit of a delay on YouTube just so people have the better quality, and then start rolling it out. Alright, let me get the link for everything so that we're ready. Alright, so we have the link. I'm just waiting for people to come in so we can start this class today. Alright, after more people come in, then I'll get it going. I don't want to start without anybody, and definitely don't want people to miss it. Basically, today's stream, we're going to talk about how to use indicators. We're going to talk about how to use indicators to secure profits. And I'm going to go through some of the different indicators. Have some watermelon, just staying cool. Yeah, have TradingView up and ready. Definitely have TradingView up and ready, so we can go over some of these indicators together. I'll give a few more minutes for people to come in, and then I'm going to start, because even if people come late, this is recorded. If people are in the Discord and have questions, they can ask me along the way. Just going to make this nice and quick. Alright, 7:31 p.m. starting pretty soon. Let's see right here. I already have my Bitcoin chart up, for example. It does have some of the indicators on here that I will be showing today, but I also have a Tesla chart, and I will be removing all the indicators as well. Let's go ahead and take off all the indicators. We're going to start with a blank state, so we'll do this step by step, and just waiting on more people to join. Yeah, well, you can rewatch it when it's done. Just make sure you have TradingView open when we start. If you have TradingView open when we start, then you should be good. I'll give it a few more minutes for other people to get inside as well. Let's look at the empty chart. So this is my empty chart right here. For those who don't know, go to tradingview.com. I'm going to put the link in the YouTube chat for you guys. And then we're going to do Bitcoin because it has the highest trading volume. I would prefer Bitcoin because it has highest trading volume on Nomics. Out of any cryptocurrency, US dollar value, Bitcoin is #1 in cryptocurrency. So we will stick with that because it's a better indicator. We're going to be starting in just a few more minutes. A few more minutes and then we'll get everybody in here. Sorry for the typing. Alright guys, so in about 1 minute I will officially start. I think that should be enough time for everybody to come in that wants to join. I wanted to start this at 7:30 just to give you a little bit of a view about indicators, how to set up some of your charts. So thank you guys for being here today. We're going to go to the full screen mode real quick. So first thing, I want you to go to tradingview.com. I'm I'm going to put my chart in the chat. Alright, there goes my chart in the chat. I'll pin the message as well. TradingView.com. And first thing we're going to do when you're on TradingView.com, you're going to go up here to the top left and you're going to symbol search so that we're all on the same page. I want you to type Bitcoin USDT. And it's very important you use the Binance chart. And I'm going to show you why you use the Binance chart. We're going to go to nomets.com. We're going to click the Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin, you go down here, most of the trading volume is on Binance. So this is why we're using that Binance chart. Come back to TradingView, BTC USDT, and you're going to click the Binance chart. Alright, once you're on this page, we're going to go over a very basic indicator. The first indicator that I would like to use is relative strength index. So you're going to type RSI. And they do have it updated. So when you get the relative strength index updated version on here from typing RSI, you can favorite it and then you can add it to your chart. And let's just take off this as well. Once you're in the RSI, go to your settings. You can change your style as well. So the moving average line is going to be, let's keep the moving average line gold. And well, let's make it RSI gold or white. Well, it may be confusing to do it this way. Let's change the upper band to 100. Well, 80. Lower band to 20. Because it has room to go. We're going to do this higher time frames. So my RSI is going to be white. The moving average based on the RSI is going to be gold. And we're going to hit OK. Now, when I do crypto before, I did change my length to sits. So I go down here, sits, change it right there. People say my microphone's too quiet. It's almost mats. Let me see if there's any filters on that, or I'll just turn off all the filters. How about that? Let me go ahead and test the audio one moment. Let's see if the audio is loud. I'll just check it on my end.
You sound good on the Discord.
Oh, the audio is really loud. I did change my length to sits. Oh yeah, the audio is loud. I mean, it's loud on my speaker, loud on my headset. I'm not able to turn up this audio anymore, unfortunately. It's already loud enough. This is about how loud normally we are as well. But yeah, let me double check, make sure it has the right microphone set. It sounds good on Discord as well. Let's go over here. I have the relative strength index up here. And basically the relative strength index, if you're at the top of the band, you're going to be overbought, bottom of the band oversold. Now, let's put the chart on the daily to get a broader view. I'm going to delete some of these things, my predictions from before. And if you have your RSI on your chart already, remember the RSI is going to be the white line. Moving average is going to be golden line, RSI base moving average. And if you look at this, generally when the RSI is like this at the top, you're going to be overbought. And when you're overbought, generally the price is going to start downtrending until that RSI cools down, which we see right here. And Bitcoin was around $48,000 when we were overbought. Let me put it on the chart. Let me put this on overbought. So basically Bitcoin's overbought during this time up here at the top. And if your Bitcoin is overbought at the top on the daily RSI, that means it doesn't really have much room to go up. Usually you're going to have sell pressure, so you don't want to enter a position right here. This is where you take profits. So you take profits when the RSI is that high. You take profits when the RSI is up there. This is my RSI setting. I do have the length that sits. Moving average type, SMA. Length 14, standard deviation 2. And here's another thing about this new RSI indicator. See how my white line crosses down under the gold line? So when RSI starts falling down and goes below the moving average line, it's kind of going to show you that the price is going to dip even further. So definitely take profits right here. And look, the higher the white line is above the golden line, the better chance you have of taking profits. Because if you don't take profits up here, then the price is probably going to fall down. So always consider taking profits on high RSI on the daily. Now, you know about taking profits. Let's talk about entry price. We're oversold down here. Let's just move the RSI up here. See right here, we're oversold. Right here, we are completely oversold on the daily. And when you are oversold on the daily like this, let's just ignore the chart. This is the RSI. We're at 10 RSI. Great time to accumulate. So you start accumulating down here in the low RSIs on the daily. You don't have to buy the whole bag, but you can start buying. And then let me draw this real quick as well. And then we're going to translate it to the bar on the chart as well. So right here, the RSI is crossing above the moving average. And generally when that happens, you're going to have a price increase. And see the moving average slowly increasing as well. The moving average is increasing because the price is increasing. So you notice down here, we're well below the moving average line. So it's a great time to accumulate. And then when you're far above the moving average line, you take profits, you sell. So you buy at the bottom, sell at the top here. And currently, this was on April 12th, and then people took profits March 29th. So almost 14 days difference between that RSI cooling down on the daily. We are currently here at 47 RSI. And I just want to say, when we're up here 47, you probably don't want to buy it here. You're way well above the moving average line. You would want to accumulate here, here, or here on the way up. So accumulate here, here. Boom, boom, boom. So all these spots, people would buy, accumulate, but you generally don't want to buy at the high RSI spiking up. Now let's see how this will play out on the charts. So if you would have accumulated here on the oversold on the daily, let's see how this would have played out. It was on April 12th. You would have got it down here completely oversold on the daily. And you would still be down unless you took profits as it spiked up halfway through. Usually when the RSI goes up 5 times like it did from here, from 10 to 50, some people may even consider taking profit on these spikes up. Some people would hold it. So they would have held it from 39.8 and then held it down. Some people accumulate as we start coming back up though. So the moment the RSI crosses above the moving average would be here. Some people would have accumulated here, expecting it to eventually go back up on the daily. Definitely don't accumulate up here at the top. And next time we go up to around 90 RSI on the daily, that's when people are going to take profits. So let's even say 85 plus. So just from this one indicator alone, you're going to take profits on 85 plus RSI daily. This is the relative strength index. If you got here late, let me show you real quick. This is RSI. I have the RSI color white, RSI base moving average gold. And currently for Bitcoin, we're around 46 to 47 RSI. So that's from the nice pump up that we had over the past few days. But we can't just use one indicator. Let's add another indicator that will go really well with the relative strength index. This is called the Golden Cross. I already have it in my favorites. And you want to get the one that's provided by Chucky Tuh. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add this to my chart. And here's my configurations for Golden Cross. Inputs, let's just keep it on default. For the slow moving average period, 49. Fast moving average period, 13. I like to keep it the gold color. And here's something you have to do for the Golden Cross. You have to right click, visual order, bring to front, because sometimes a big candle can hide your Golden Cross or Death Cross. But once you learn how to use the indicators, you're going to understand where they're coming from. Basically, this is a Death Cross right here. And I can tell this is a Death Cross because we start heading down. We start heading downward. And then this was our Golden Cross. You can put the moving averages on your charts as well if you like to add those moving averages. I just think the Golden Cross and Death Cross are a lot better to add rather than try to put on. Now I'm gonna bring up something real quick as well. Usually for this, so here's my settings. Let's look at the inputs. I have 13 and I have 49. So if I add the moving average, convergence and divergence down here on my chart, it's called a MACD. I'm going to adjust those settings as well. I want my MACD line to be gold. I want my signal line to be white. And let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at the MACD to get a broader sense. So usually when the MACD is having a drop off like this, going under your signal line, it means to get out. So let's not even look at the chart real quick. When the MACD looks like this, it means to get out. And generally when the MACD line is this high above your signal line, you should also take profits. You should take profits. You don't even have to look at the price of the asset when you see this. So this means take profits. You can take profits. Some people are going to start shorting. Others may start shorting it right here. And then when the MACD is well below the signal line, like we see here, and it's about to cross above it, this means to accumulate, to buy. You don't even have to look at a price or the bars right now. You can just look at this indicator, and this is on the daily. So we're just looking on the daily right now, and then we have to zoom in on all the other time frames. Once we zoom in on all the other time frames, we're going to get a better idea. So this is the MACD indicator that we're looking at here. And if you look right here, you see how green the lines are? Generally, the darker green you have, the more bullish you're going. Once you start losing that green, dark green color, like we see here, once you start losing that dark green, it means it's losing that bullish momentum, and you're probably going to downtrend. So that was like a run right here. This was on March 30th. Now let's just look at the chart, see what happened on March 30th. Alright, so here goes our March 30th candle. Just looking at that MACD, you would have gotten out right here on March 30th. You would have sold your Bitcoin at 47K right there following the MACD. And when do you start accumulating? Well, let's go back. When do you start accumulating based off the MACD? You may have started accumulating as it got a little bit closer approaching May 3rd. Some people may accumulate today, May 4th. Let's just look at a chart and see what the chart looks like for May 4th. Well, May 4th and May 3rd. May 3rd we had a big wick down, 37,500. When that happened, our size is a little bit lower. May 4th, we start getting that pump up. The closer the MACD gets to turning bullish and losing that bearish momentum, higher chance the price is going to start rising. We may see Bitcoin at 42K before this is over. And that's based off the MACD. So RSI would probably accumulate down here April 12th. Let's see what happened on April 12th. April 12th, we did wick down. We became oversold around as low as 40K, spiked back up to 43K on the RSI. Well, it started coming back down lower. We're still around that 40K level. Still around that 40K level. RSI you would have gotten a little bit sooner. But if you would have waited for that RSI and MACD to try to line up, well, let's just see. Let's take off the candles for the charts. Let's hide the drawings for 1 minute, or so let's look at the RSI and the MACD together. Keep in mind my RSI is this white line. And I'm going to draw a bar. So look at the peak of the RSI here. We're at 91 RSI, that's super high. And I'm going to draw this bar down. And look at that. The RSI bar is peaked up about one daily candle before we start getting to the peak of the MACD and losing that bullish momentum. So let's see which one came first. Price spike based off of MACD or RSI? Well, let's draw this line a little bit further up here. And boom. This candle. So based off the RSI, you probably already would take in profit first. Even though it had a little bit more room to go. That RSI is up there. You would have sold your Bitcoin possibly even at 47.4K on the retrace. So based off this RSI being so high, you would have taken profit up there before the retrace. And then Golden Cross, Death Cross is not really going to help you much in this position because we're already so overbought in a short time frame. Let's see where you would have accumulated your Bitcoin before that push up. We don't want to look at the candles. Let's just look at the MACD for this one. So we're gonna go to MACD full one. The golden line crossed above, so this was a accumulation block right here. I'm just going to draw the lines up. So this is one time you could have accumulated. This is another time. But keep in mind, look at these two. A very scary spot to be in because not much momentum. This one, lots of momentum. This one, lots of momentum. Right here, lack of momentum. So we have lack of momentum right here. And keep in mind, when you're accumulating, you don't know what's coming after. And generally you want to accumulate a little bit before the MACD is going to cross. Right here would have been perfect. This one right here would have been perfect. And let me show you why. Because this red line is dark red, is losing that dark red color, and it's losing that bullish momentum. Now the moving average is well below the white line as well, so this would probably be the spot to accumulate. So this is the best spot based on the MACD. Now let's just see what was the price of Bitcoin on January 25th right here, and before taking profit up here. So you could have bought here. So you buy here, and here's why you're going to sell it up here. You probably would even sell it right here based off the MACD. The moment you start losing that bullish momentum. But this is probably where you take profits right here. So you can sell here. And then this line right here, when the MACD crosses under your signal, it means definitely get out. So you definitely get out of your position. Your last chance to take profit there before it dips down lower. Let's go to the chart and see what happens. You're welcome. Now, okay, so I didn't even look at the candles. I don't even know what was happening at the candles when I made these predictions. But we look right here. Apparently this is the best spot to buy. Right here. Let's draw the line all the way up. All the way up. And let me draw a little block right here. I'm going to draw the green blocks for accumulation. So this is the block where you would accumulate your Bitcoin. So the average price you would have paid would be about 36.6K. So if you're using a MACD, you would have bought the Bitcoin right there at 36.6K. Now, where do you get out? You start to get out right here. On the 10th of February. This is daily swing trading, by the way. It's going to be a lot better than in and out of trades if you're new. So when you're getting out, let's draw the block up here. And this is a big candle. It's a big wick as well. Let's actually make this very red so people know this is the selling one. And your average price you would have sold at 44K. So you would have sold it for around 44K using the MACD, and you would have bought your Bitcoin around 36.6K. And it's not like you only have 1 minute to make this decision. This is a whole daily candle. Each candle is 24 hours. You're slowly watching this work out. So it would have been a great trade, 36K. And I chose it down here because we're very far below the indicator line for our moving average. Now, if you have to get out, if you don't get to sell at peer secure profits at the best profitable spot right there, then your last chance to get out right here, when we're finally at the end of this bullish momentum, beginning of the bearish momentum, you're going to get out on the 19th of February. It's better to get out than to stay in sometimes. So this is your last chance to get out right here. And that price right there, around 40,000. So let's just say 40.5K. So that was your last chance at about 40.5K right there. And then if you would have got out here, then I see a bottom wick coming down, so I'm guessing the MACD is also getting ready to buy again. And then boom, you start losing this bearish momentum. You can accumulate again up here. That's based on the confirmation. Now, this is off the MACD, by the way. Only on the MACD. Once you start losing that bearish momentum, boom, you're gonna buy it right here. And this is MACD. If you're using the relative strength index, you would have bought it a lot sooner though. So you acquire it again at 37.9K. And then boom, based off the MACD right here, losing this bullish momentum. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. About 6 days before going back in. And then when you buy, you're getting a lot better. So optimally, you would want to get out up here before the MACD even crosses down. And then right here, last chance to get out. So that's only on the MACD. Now let's minimize the MACD. And let's just base it off the RSI now. So these are MACDs, by the way. And let's compare it to the relative strength index though. So if you use the relative strength index, here's where you would want to accumulate. Your daily RSI is at 6. It's going super low, and look how far you are down below the moving average line. So based off the RSI, you're going to accumulate right here. And when the RSI is that low, you're probably going to get it at a discount. You're probably going to get your Doge around 34.9K. So you're getting your Doge here at 34.9K based off the RSI being that low, as we see down here. This is a great RSI buy for the scalp right there. Yeah, Doge is pushing. I'm in a long position on Doge. Not to brag or anything, but I'm in a long position on Doge. I put it in my announcements channel earlier today as well. I'll show you proof real quick as well. So this is my Discord. I put the announcements up earlier today, 3:10 p.m. I went long on Doge, and I noticed we had huge buy pressure. We could see Bitcoin push above 42K. So I went long on Doge again earlier after seeing a lot more confirmation. Now let's look at the chart, see if my long did really well based off of some of these principles we've learned over here. So I went long on Doge at 13.46 today at around 3:10 p.m. And let's just look at the Dogecoin chart. We're going to look at Dogecoin on the Binance chart, and we're just going to look at the daily chart. Let me delete all the drawings. And let's just look at the MACD. We don't even look at the price. So look at the MACD. You could have probably accumulated yesterday, but even today is not a bad accumulation. So you would buy here on the MACD. This is when you would buy your Doge, and it's today's May 4th. So right here, yeah, this candle right here, we start losing that bearish momentum. May 4th. So luckily for us, that's today. So people are starting to buy Dogecoin today. That's why we're losing that bearish momentum. Now let's look at the price chart right here. Well, technically yesterday and today. So based off the MACD, you can also even buy it today. Yesterday would have been optimal. but people were undecided about the news from the Federal Reserve, so today's probably the next best day. So you would have got it earlier. You wouldn't have had to buy it all the way up here. A lot of people bought it a lot cheaper. But based off this daily MACD, you probably would have got your Doge maybe like halfway through this daily candle. You would have had so much time because the news already came out early today. So let's just say I entered a little bit late. I entered very late. Let's just say 13.46. So I entered my Doge late, but I bought up here at 13.466 today. Now that was based off of the relative strength index. You would have bought cheaper, but I did it off the MACD today, so you would have bought it off this MACD. And a lot of people are buying their Doge as well. Now let's see how the RSI would do. Oof. On the daily RSI down here is really good. This is a great buy. If you're not swing trading, you're not day trading all the time, this is a great buy right here. You would buy here. You could possibly accumulate here. You could accumulate more right here. And then some people would probably accumulate here on the RSI and down here. Now, let's see when they would sell. So definitely sell up here on the RSI. This is on the daily, by the way. When the RSI drops from this low, you could take profits right here. So let's just say you had a bag of Doge here. You sold it here. RSI drops here. You sell it again. You acquire. You're not sure. You don't want to take profits yet, but you have more cash. You accumulate more Doge here. RSI runs up. It's running. It's not all the way there peaked. You'd be greedy holding up to 91, but you can keep adjusting your stop loss. Once we get right here, I guess right here as well. So basically every time you get to the red zones, you're going to adjust your stop loss to secure profits. And if we do wick down, you'll keep those profits. And these green zones down here, you're going to be buying Doge. In all these green zones, you buy Doge. In the red zones, you adjust your stop loss so that if the price drops, you secure profits, or you can just manually take profits. Some people don't buy here. I'm going to put this as yellow. People don't know. They're undecided. But definitely when the RSI gets this high up here, you have to sell. If you don't sell here and the RSI peaks up again, you definitely take profits up here. So if you missed the first time, definitely take it that second time because the price is going to downtrend. After you get double top at this, it's super bearish. Price is going to go down. And you don't need double top on candles. You can be double top on RSI as well. So definitely take profits here. And then this second double top like this, some people are going to short. I don't condone shorting Doge. Some people are going to enter a short. Some people are going to secure profits. Now let's just see. This is based all on the RSI. Let's just see how this plays out in the chart. And then right here as well. Right here at our current time, people are undecided. People are super undecided. But last time they accumulate their Doge down here. This was the last time people would have accumulated Doge, just waiting on the absolute levels. April 30th to May 3rd, that's when people would accumulate Doge. Alright, let's take a look at the chart, see how this plays out. So I'm going to delete the MACD for now. We don't need that on the chart. And double top is bearish. Let's see how this played out in the charts. So keep in mind, this is the daily. Oh, I do have these dots. I'll explain these dots in a minute. So you probably would accumulate low RSI down here for Doge when we wick down to about 10.7. Let's just say, let's round it up, 10.08. You'd have bought here at 10.08 the first time. If you would have taken profit, the top of the RSI, you would have taken profit 13.7. So you would have bought it there tonight. Take profit 13.7. Let's draw this red block. You could adjust your stop loss so that if the price keeps running, it doesn't sell it yet as well. We come back down. You accumulate more Doge down here around 11.92. Well, you accumulate between 12.4 and 11.5. So make this a green. Actually, let's do all the red ones first. Take profits up here. You can take some profits or adjust your stop loss. And then same thing. Take profits or adjust stop loss. And then if it keeps running, if it never triggers your stop loss and keeps running, you can ride it up. And then boom. Jackpot. This is why I say have a stop limit rather than automatically taking profits, because then you can ride it up. Worst case, it wicks down a little bit and you secure profits. But this is the double top up here. So from this moment right here, so the strategy for this, you adjust your stop loss so that if it never wicks back down, you secure profits. And if it keeps pumping, then you can ride it. Well, this super high RSI, if you want to wait for the absolutes, if you want to wait for absolutes, usually accumulate under 20 RSI and you sell over 90 RSI. And we had a big wick down. I mean, from 15 to 13.3, that was a huge wick down. And currently our last run up for Doge, this was after an Elon tweet, I might add, we saw as high as 17. And that's a huge price difference between 13 and 17. That's a huge difference right there. So if you use this with the MACD, it's going to help you enter positions better. But when you get something like this, ride it, right? You're probably going to adjust stop loss and try to ride it up. Now this was off the RSI, and usually best accumulation, let's put this on here as well. So your best accumulation if you're under 20 RSI. And definitely if we're 90 plus RSI, people are going to secure profits. Or if you don't want to secure profits, adjust your stop loss so that if the price never wicks down, it doesn't sell yet and you can keep holding the trade open longer. So definitely practice adjusting your stop loss. That will be in the next video, in the next class when I teach you about using KuCoin. So definitely subscribe if you want to learn more about KuCoin. But these are just two of the indicators. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this off my chart. And I still have a lot more indicators on here. My buy indicator last time came in around 13.6 for Doge. You would still be holding your Doge if you use my buy signal. I'm going to take that off though. This one's different. It's just helped me for more confirmation. And we're going to look at the golden cross. So this is our golden cross. And we can adjust this. We can do 50 and then 200. And it's going to give us a more broader view. And you do that for a more long time frame. You would have got out of your Doge at 20 cents. and you're still not back in. So usually when you get a def cross like this, or the def cross like this, it means get out. So this def cross means get out, and that came down. Actually, we even looked as low as 13, so we went from 20 to 13. Think about how many people got liquidated in this candle like this. It's very scary. Very scary. And where would you buy on this golden cross, def cross on the daily with this moving average? Let's find out. You would have bought your Doge right here, 0.002. So you would have got your Doge super cheap off this golden cross line right here. You would have got your Doge super cheap. And then your last chance to get out. So November 21st, 2020. And you would have got out a little bit over a year later at 20 cents. And that's when the price was around 0.20. And let's just see real quick. That's up 100 times. So that's up 100 times. That means every $1,000 you have turns into 100,000 based off of this play right here, from this golden cross, def cross on the moving average. Now, if you would have thrown in the RSI, everything else, a lot of people were in Doge early. You would have got out a lot earlier. So if this is when you accumulated your Doge off this golden cross, and we add the relative strength index, and let me edit this RSI. Let me go ahead and do my colors how I would like. So my RSI line is going to be white, the RSI moving average. Look at the peak up here. 97. Once we hit 97 and start dipping a little bit right here, you're definitely going to start selling based off of this RSI. We're well above the moving average line. And what was the price of Doge right here if you would have sold it? Well, when we would have whipped back down, let's zoom in a little bit. And if you would have sold on the high RSI on the daily, you would have sold anywhere between, from between 29 up to 45. Probably when we got rejected, it started coming back down. We didn't hit 45 again. Like, this was all-time high right here. This was all-time high during that time. The moment we came up and got rejected and not go all-time high again, people would have got out. So definitely would have got out maybe around 40.7. So you would have got out at 40.7 cents based off of that RSI on the daily. Completely overbought right there. We're well above the moving average, and you would not have gotten back in right here. Even when we wick down, you probably would not have gotten back in. People would not know what to do right here. So I'll put this as undecided. Even when we wick down right here, it's undecided. And the second time we ran up, this was during a big event. So realistically, you would have been out of Doge at 40.7. You would not have been in Doge at this event. And this was a little bit magical right here. But definitely the first time at RSI right there, based off the golden cross. So you would have bought your Doge at 0.002 based off the golden cross. And the price wasn't really moving a lot during this time right here anyways. You would have held it until that RSI started spiking up past 97, 95. Because right here, this is the Elon tweet. After the first Elon tweets, you're definitely holding because there is fundamental. And then some people start buying right here. Some people start FOMO right here because the first Elon tweets started happening. Those first Elon tweets helped get us momentum. And then after that, people hold it. So If you bought Doge right here at $1,000, you would have 500,000 Doge, and then you sold that 500,000 Doge at 407. That'd be $203,000. So this is why it's very important to use indicators. Now, it's not going to work on all the charts. Some cryptos are early, some don't work. But if you're early, and now we're day trading Doge right here, what do we do? Well, let's just look. Last time you probably accumulate Doge down here. You could have wicked down here as well. You'd still be a little bit under profit for this scalp. But I think Doge is getting ready to launch back upwards. We're well below the moving average line. You see how we're well below this moving average line? This is when people like to accumulate. And then once we go above the moving average, you take profits. And we've never seen a spread this far since last year. So the moving average line here was around 12 cents and the current price was 74. Now we're kind of cooled down. Doge has cooled down a lot and we're back around this moving average line. Let me delete all those drawings. And let me show you something. During this time, we're right on the moving average line. It is a great time to accumulate before the launch off. And then people start taking some profits. They'll take some profits or adjust that stop loss as we are above the moving average line. And look at this. Look at all the price levels. We were above the moving average line. And now look. Look at all the price levels currently below. So usually you take profits above. You take profits above this moving average line and then you try to accumulate below. Some people bought right here based off of the first Elon tweets. So even right here, people are accumulating from 16 cents all the way down to 12.9. Pretty good accumulation. If you started accumulating above this moving average line, you entered at very bad positioning. Very bad positioning, accumulate above moving average. Some people accumulate right as soon as we wick down and then sell when the moving average is up. So let's delete these drawings. And let me show you where we are today. Where are we at today? We've seen multiple times we broke above the moving average line. 1, 2, 3, 4 daily candles broke above, wicked above there. Now, I'm using the Heikin-Ashi candle. If I go up here to candles, Heikin-Ashi, this is my candle pattern. And generally, when you have a Heikin-Ashi like this, with a flat bottom, it means to accumulate, start buying up some of your Doge. And today is the day that I bought some more Dogecoin as well. And generally, when the Heikin-Ashi starts getting flat red bottoms, that's when you start selling. Or when the wicks start getting a lot lower. So you can also take profits when we get super high RSI as well. Now let's break this down. Let's get a little bit more complicated. I'm going to switch to this 4-hour chart. Now the 4-hour chart, we slowly been staircasing up. We've been staircasing up. And let's auto this real quick. We are still below this moving average line, so usually people like to accumulate below the moving average line and they like to take profits above. So currently Doge is still in that accumulate phase, and then what we're seeing though, this moving average, if we start pumping in price, then people are going to probably take profits above 15 cents for their Doge. Definitely the farther are you above the moving average, like up here, you start taking profits. The further you are above the moving average line, you take profits. Right here. Because if you're above the moving average line, there's a chance that the price will come back down below it. So you take profits here. Definitely accumulate. This is great accumulations down here. So you accumulate below the moving average, you take profits above, And it happens multiple times. And the further you are from the golden cross line, further you are from the moving average line, the better entry. So we're going to draw a line. Look at this. This is on the 4 hour. You see how long this line is? It's like a very long line. So the further you are away, definitely. Because eventually, if people believe in a project, we're probably going to be above that moving average line because we're going to get more adoption. But look at this. I drew a line. This is about how far we came above the moving average line. So we came this far above it. And sometimes it's expected that that's how far below we'll go on the big retrace. So I drew this line here on the daily. We wicked up, so people are expecting. Let's just put that line under, see how far it could go down if we dip down. And then boom. People think that it will probably go right here to this price level. And then people would accumulate their Doge here. RSI is also maxed out as well. If you look at that, RSI is definitely maxed out down here. So this lines up. You have oversold range, and you have great distance away from the moving average. So let me highlight that. Let's say below. So far distance below. This is just from a visual aspect. You're further below this moving average line, you want to probably accumulate because the chance of us going up higher is pretty high. Now, we did start going up higher above the moving average line. People could take profit as well right here. And a lot of the trading bots just trade based off moving average and RSI. You combine RSI with the golden cross and these visuals, it's going to help you take profits a lot better. So as you can see here, you secure profits. You secure profits here. You buy here. And I have to change this to red as well. And then you secure profits. And one strategy to secure profits, I'll put that in my next video. Instead of just selling it right away, you just keep adjusting your stop loss. This will be recorded and you guys can watch it later. And then Sam Costos from YouTube, he said you can also get that segment he just drew by calculating the projected moving average offset cup. Yeah, that is true. And then this is something basic. So you secure profits up here too, and then you buy down here. Well, the unlucky thing about my position and the unlucky thing about me buying it up here after the RSI is already at 61, I had to wait for Jerome Powell and the news to come out today. So we were waiting on some of the fundamentals, but this is just from a technical. This is just how to use some basic indicators. Now, let's go on deeper. Let's delete all these indicators. And I'll keep on the golden cross, but I'm going to add another indicator. It's called Parabolic Sar. I'm going to give you a minute to type this up here and add this indicator on your chart. Parabolic Sar. And the inventor of this indicator basically made this indicator that shows you if you're in a trade and you want to keep riding your trade until the end of the trade, you can do that. So basically this will show you if you're bullish momentum or bearish momentum. Alright, you should have it added by now. Let's put it on the chart, and I'm going to go to my settings for the SAR. I prefer gold. Some people do a line or a step line. I'm going to stick with the cross. I'm going to stick with the cross. I'm on the 4-hour chart, by the way. Now let's go over here. So let's say that you accumulated your Doge down here at a greater distance below the If you accumulated your Dogecoin below and you believe that the price was going to start rising, then great, you've entered this trade. So you entered the trade based off of the low RSI right here, and then the price is slowly rising. We are downtrending, but we're technically uptrending. And then boom, this parabolic SAR dot on the bottom shows you that we are uptrending. And this is for every 4 hours. So you would probably ride this trade up until we stop uptrending. And then some people wait until we stop uptrending more than 2 times. Because if you look right here, we were uptrending, 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 uptrending. And some people will ride this all the way up until a high RSI. So let's throw back RSI again. I'll put RSI back on my chart. And let me change those colors to the style that I like. White for the RSI, gold for moving average. Now, let's combine this. You have the low RSI right here. You accumulate. Boom. You accumulate on the low RSI. Good, you're in the trade. Alright. Now the parabolic SAR shows that you're uptrending. Do you want to take profits here? Probably not. We're still uptrending. Do you want to take profits here? Probably not on this candle. We're still uptrending. Still uptrending. But do I want to take profits? Possibly. We are still uptrending, but this RSI is 81. Sometimes I see 90 plus RSI. Let's see what happens. Oh, I don't take profits. But we did get rejected. We did not go as high as 17.1. So probably take profits right here. The moment we get rejected and coming back down, that's when you start taking your profits based off of this. And that parabolic SAR helped you ride this up there. And you can stop riding a parabolic SAR once that RSI, once you get rejected for that double top. You get rejected at double top or stuff, you take profits. So basically that's what happens, and then last chance to get out. And then boom, definitely we're reversing right here. And we're no longer in that bullish momentum. But generally when you see this pattern, you reach a top. That top gets rejected. Boom, take profits. So you don't have to guess the top. You can see that RSI is high. Once we get rejected, start coming back down, you secure those profits. So you enter the trade about 12.39. $12.39 you enter. And this is on the 4 hour, and then you close your trade around 16.3. And then boom, you're out of the trade. You secure your profits. Pretty good gains. Pretty good gains right there from 12.39. And this is on the 4 hour time frame. So this is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So within 20 hours, you're earning almost 4 cents per Doge. You could have secured it at 16.9. You could have set a stop loss at 16.8 and it would triggered. You just keep adjusting that stop loss when the price going up higher. And once we got rejected at 17.1, started coming back down, your stop loss would trigger. You close the trade. You earn about 1 cent per Doge per hour. Not per hour, per 4 hour candle. So that's pretty good profits right here. Pretty good profits right here. And then you can rinse and repeat. But parabolic SAR, we're probably still riding this Doge, and we're only at 61 RSI. And so let's see. So right now, currently I'm in a position, and this PSAR and RSI, based off the 4 hour chart, based off of this 4 hour chart, the PSAR, we're still uptrending, and the RSI is not all the way matched yet. Although we are a great distance above that moving average right here. It says stay in my position. Let's see what the MACD says for this 4 hour. So adding the moving average convergence divergence to the chart. And let me get my configuration up. My MACD line is going to be white. Sorry, my MACD is gold. My signal line is white. basically, if you would have used the MACD to enter down here at 13.25, you would still be in the trade as well. The MACD is not crossing over bearish yet, but we're also not losing this bullish momentum. We're still dark green. So MACD also stay in the trade. So the MACD is still bullish as well. So currently my trade, the trade that I'm in right now, I'm still inside my trade. I'm still bullish on it. And for you guys who don't remember, I'll switch over here real quick. This was when I entered my trade earlier. So I entered my Dogecoin long up here, 13.466. I entered that trade. I entered this trade at 13.466. I was waiting on the news. I was waiting on all the fundamentals to calm down. And I'm going to draw the candle where I entered my trade. Actually, I'm going to draw a white line where I entered my trade. I entered very late. So this is about where I entered my trade. And at this white line, anything above this white line is profit. Anything above this white line is profit. Anything below this white line, I'm negative. I'm at a loss. So currently I'm in a profit from my last trade. You guys asking about my last trade. And I did that on KuCoin Futures. I actually went long. And I actually used 5 times leverage. So with 5 times leverage, every time that price increases by 1%, I'm earning 5% profits. And this was just a quick tutorial on how to use some of these indicators. I'll do a broader video next time on some different indicators, but the indicators that we use today, Relative Strength Index, MACD, Parabolic Sar, those are three of the good indicators. Now let's add a very important indicator that you cannot trade without. Volume. You notice we never looked at volume the whole time? Well, let's throw on volume. And look at this volume increase. Notice how we started getting increase in volume on the 4 hour a little bit before I entered my position. So definitely there's more interest and more buy pressure coming in here as well. We had a candle for over 300 million DOGE up here. And then last time when we went above 17 cents, we also had a huge volume spike. So volume plays an important role. Volume plays an important role. Once you have a little volume, you can start pumping up. But I will save this live stream. You guys will be able to play this back. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you all that want to learn some of these basic indicators. Now, if anybody in the Discord has any questions, I'll go ahead and give you time to ask those questions right now. Thank you. Any questions? Alright, no questions on Discord. Alright, anybody have any questions on Discord without a microphone? Let's see.